What's up, everyone? Welcome to Dominion, Episode 7! The opening contest is Zero Otunga defending his 24/7 championship against this woman right here, Bailey Hugh. This is Bailey Hugh's biggest opportunity in her career, even though she's competed in 24/7 championship action already. She competed at Carnage for the championship. Unfortunately, did not walk out as champion. This is her singles opportunity at the championship. Bailey Hugh is 0-2 in her CAW career. She's looking to become 1-2 by defeating the two-time 24/7 champion Zero Otunga here tonight. And here comes the 24/7 champion, Zero Otunga. And his wife, Cassandra, is, of course, in his corner again, because Cassandra loves to be out here in her husband's corner. And that is what it's for, the 24/7 championship. We have two title matches here tonight. The 24/7 championship is on the line, of course, because it always is. And then we also have Crazy Nate defending his Multiversal Infinite Championship tonight as well. And it looks like it's Christopher Gonzalez as the official for this matchup. Zero Otunga hands the championship off to Christopher Gonzalez, who now brings it over to Bailey Hugh, who agrees to the match. There's the challenger, Bailey Hugh. There's the champion, Zero Otunga. Christopher Gonzalez rings the bell. 24/7 championship underway. Otunga with a big boot to the face of Bailey. I don't know if this episode of Dominion is gonna top last week's episode. Last week's episode is my favorite Dominion episode so far in CAW history. So, this episode has a lot to look up to, I should say. Because episode 6 of Dominion, if you haven't watched that yet, go watch that before this episode. Episode 6 was amazing. It was a masterpiece. Zero Otunga now picking Bailey Hugh up, sort of, and a running big boot to the face of Bailey. Stomping on her arm. Zero Otunga now with a half Boston Crab. If Bailey would just reach out for the rope, she'd be able to get a rope break, but she's able to power out of it because Bailey Hugh is one of the strongest women we have here on the roster. She could go toe-to-toe with practically anybody you put her in that ring with. However, Zero is in control of this match. But understandable why he's in control. And a back body drop cover on Bailey Hugh 1. Bailey Hugh kicks out at 1. Understandable why Zero Otunga is in control. Bailey hasn't gotten any victories yet in CAW. Granted, she's only appeared 2 other times. But if Bailey Hugh does win, Bailey Hugh will appear more often because she'll have to be the defending 24/7 champion on every Dominion episode until she loses. But I believe Zero Otunga is going to win this match just because he's been looking dominant. And a knockout punch. Cover on Bailey Hugh. 1, 2. Rope break. Christopher actually saw the rope break. I think he's the referee that didn't see the rope break in a previous episode. Oh, Zero went for the jackknife, but Bailey able to move out of the way. Oh, she's looking for the Dominator. Dominator connects. Cover on Zero Otunga. 1, 2, but he gets a rope break. Bailey's smart, dragging Zero away from the ropes if she wants to hit her running power slam. Instead, a big boot to the face of Zero Otunga. Bailey Hugh whipping him into the corner now. Cassandra's on the apron. I don't know why she was there on the apron. Bailey Hugh with the splash and a one-handed power slam to the 311-pound Zero Otunga. Bailey now up to the middle rope. I don't think she's going to be able to reach him. She actually does, but Zero able to move out of the way. And an atomic drop. And a big boot to the face of Bailey. Zero Otunga is now going out to the floor as Bailey rolled out to the floor. Bailey went for that power slam, I believe, but Zero Otunga counters. Bailey counters whatever Otunga was going for with a DDT. Oh, Bailey's calling for that power slam. Running power slam that she calls the Bailey Slam. 1, 2. Zero Otunga able to kick out at 2. And the CAW audience here tonight is saying Bailey Hugh is not worthy. They're chanting, "You're not worthy" to Bailey Hugh. I think Bailey Hugh is worthy of the 24/7 championship. But when you're in there with Zero Otunga, it's going to be hard to win. Kayla Storm was able to figure out a way to win and become the youngest champion in CAW at the moment, but that doesn't mean that she That doesn't mean that Zero Otunga is easy to beat, because there's the jackknife powerbomb. Bailey Hughes' head accidentally hitting the turnbuckles. 2, 3, and Zero Otunga successfully defends his 24/7 championship for a second time. Alright, this next match is tag team action. The tag team champions, the Kings of Fire, Icarus and Oxley Alexander, take on the Velvet Twins, Lyra and Luna Velvet.
The following contest is a tag team match set for 1 fall. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 586 pounds, I, Carl
The only reason Oxley Alexander's arm is taped up is because in the match at Carnage, he suffered a hyperextension to his elbow, but CAW medical staff has cleared him to compete. But if his arm gets more aggravated, he's going to have to be sidelined. And I forget which one of these sisters accidentally bruised her tailbone in their debut match. But CAW management has cleared her to compete as well. I believe it was Luna. I believe it was the pink one, Luna, who bruised her tailbone. And it looks like it's Oxley Alexander and Lyra Velvet starting it off. And Christopher Gonzalez is out here to officiate this match as well. Yeah, CAW medical staff did tell Oxley Alexander that if his elbow does get aggravated, he's going to have to be sidelined. And either the Kings of Fire will have to vacate those tag team titles, or Icarus will have to find a new tag team partner to replace Oxley until he's able to come back. But until then, Oxley Alexander is still able to compete. Oxley stomping on Lyra's shoulder. This is a test for the Velvet Sisters since they lost their debut match against Flight Force. Or no, Cataclysm. They lost to Cataclysm. And the Kings of Fire destroyed Cataclysm at Carnage, so this is a testing match for the Velvet Twins. Who technically do have a bigger story brewing with Raina Frost, Dorian Frost. But that's all in the lead up to Eternal Glory. Yes, I know we're currently there, but CAW management does have big plans for Lyra and Luna heading into Eternal Glory and the December show Final Stand. I'm not going to say what they are because that'll just spoil the entire 2 months of build-up, but let's just say Lyra and Luna are going to be one of the most featured teams in the month of December leading into Final Stand after Eternal Glory. But if Lyra and Luna can defeat the Kings of Fire here tonight, which I don't think they will because Kings of Fire are a dominant force in the tag division, Luna and Lyra will be getting a tag team title match. Just because they beat the champions, they earned a title match. And Icarus gets tagged in for the Kings of Fire as Lyra gets back in the ring at a count of 4. Even though Christopher didn't say 4, it was still a count of 4. We don't see Icarus Alexander that often. He's only really here when the Kings of Fire are in tag team action and Oxley Alexander competes more in singles action. Luna gets tagged in for the Velvet Twins, Velvet Sisters, Gemini Twins, whatever you want to call them. They have like 3 different team names. But I like to either call them the Velvet Twins or the Velvet Sisters, even though their actual tag team name is the Gemini Twins. Leapfrog there by Icarus. Went for a kick, but Luna moved out of the way, I should say. Drop down there by Luna. And a clothesline dropping Icarus. Luna with a springboard frog splash to the back of Icarus. Icarus trips up Luna there with that shoelace tackle, I should say. And a German suplex there by Luna. Luna picking Icarus back up now. Clothesline, but Luna rolls out of the way. Luna is really fast. Both Luna and Lyra are really fast, and Oxley Alexander gets tagged in now. Back body drop there by Oxley. Luna went flying because Oxley Alexander is so tall. He's like 6'11", I think. And Lyra breaking it up at a count of nothing. Saving her twin sister. Oxley Alexander with a knee lift to the face of Luna. And Icarus gets tagged in now. Luna's trying to make her way over to the corner to tag in her sister. Lyra is able to get the tag. And a kick to the face. Drop down. Leapfrog. Arm drag takeover there by Icarus. Slamming Lyra's face into the top turnbuckle pad. And a power slam. Icarus up to the middle rope now. Calling Lyra up to her feet. Diving knee to the face. I don't know if Icarus landed wrong. I was mainly paying attention to how Lyra took that move. Because Icarus was grabbing his head when he landed. And Luna gets tagged in. Icarus slamming Luna onto the mat off the top rope. Cover on Luna Velvet. 1. She kicks out at 1. Next week's Dominion episode is going to be Halloween themed, only because we won't be able to have a Dominion episode on Halloween, so just to support the spooky season that's next week, Dominion next week will be Halloween themed. Cover on Luna, 1, and Lyra breaks it up at a count of 1. There's that slam by Icarus. Luna rolling up Icarus with the seatbelt pinfall, but Icarus able to get his shoulder up at a count of 1. That's not Lyra, that's Luna with the Nightwing. 1, 2. Icarus just kicked out of 2 because Oxley was a little too late getting in the ring. And Oxley Alexander now gets tagged in for the Kings of Fire. You gotta think, whenever Oxley Alexander is in that ring, his elbow is an excruciating pain. Icarus up to the top rope. I don't think he'll be able to make it to Lyra. He is able to elbow, but I think his elbow was a little too high. I think it accidentally hit the throat of Luna. I keep calling her Lyra. Lyra's the purple one. Luna's the pink one. Here comes Lyra now, even though Lyra's attire looks green in some lighting, but it's actually purple. Kind of looks blue on camera too, but it is actually purple. Lyra up to the top rope now. Diving elbow! But she took too long. Icarus was able to recover. And Icarus with the inverted suplex. Icarus up to the top rope again. Calling Lyra up to her feet. Diving axe handle. Oxley gets tagged in now. Double back body drop. And a boot to the face. Oxley now calling for his finisher. I honestly forget what it is. Oh yeah, it's a jackknife powerbomb. Jackknife powerbomb cover on Lyra. 1, and Luna there to break it up at a count of 1. Icarus gets tagged in. Kinshasa! There by Icarus. 1, 2, 3. The Kings of Fire remain undefeated in tag team action.
Here are your winners. And Oxley
Alright, this next contest is Crazy Nate defending his Multiversal Infinite Championship for the first time.
the Multiversal Infinite Championship.
Here comes the challenger, Sabin O'Grady, who I'm kind of surprised is even getting this opportunity, but Crazy Nate handpicked him to be his first challenger. Crazy Nate was like, Sabin O'Grady's been putting in a lot of work, however, he doesn't win, so he's going to be an easy opponent to defeat, but it's going to be a good match. That was Crazy Nate's exact words to CAW management. And Sabin O'Grady wants to prove Crazy Nate wrong by not only getting his first win here in CAW, but also capturing the Multiversal Infinite Championship at the same time. And here comes the new Multiversal Infinite Champion, Crazy Nate. This is his first appearance since defeating Ed Nothing at Carnage 9 days ago. Will we see Connor Daniels make an appearance in this matchup as well to help Crazy Nate? Crazy Nate's 21st birthday is Halloween. So you gotta think Crazy Nate wants to be Multiversal Infinite Champion by his birthday. He wants to hold it until then at least. But he has to go through Sabin O'Grady tonight, and then if he's on next week's episode, Crazy Nate said that he's going to be defending that Multiversal Infinite Championship in all of his appearances because of the Multiversal Infinite Championship rule, where if the champion successfully defends 6 times, they earn themselves a world title match. Ed Nothing, I don't think, really cared about that rule. But Crazy Nate actually does. Honestly, I don't think Ed Nothing really cared about the rule, because when he was the Multiversal Infinite Champion, Mr. Giant was the world champion. But now that Crazy Nate is the Multiversal Infinite Champion, we have Nathan Nichols as the world champion, who in my opinion is a more dominant champion than Mr. Giant, because Mr. Giant, after he won the championship, lost every single match he was in, so Mr. Giant was not a credible world champion. However, Nathan Nichols is a credible world champion. He won his match last week against Emily Torres, and he's in the main event slot here tonight again against Colossus Creed. And that's what it's for, the Multiversal Infinite Championship. That title is beautiful. Sabin O'Grady represents the entire state of New York. Crazy Nate hands the championship off to Christopher Gonzalez, who's... Oh, that's Mina Rodriguez, excuse me. That's Mina Rodriguez, not Christopher Gonzalez. Mina Rodriguez is officiating this match. There's Sabin O'Grady, the challenger. Crazy Nate, the champion. Mina Rodriguez rings the bell. Multiversal Infinite Championship match underway. Collar and elbow tie-up right out the gate. First one of the entire show. Ooh, a cheap shot there by Nate. Crazy Nate's been showing off a more ruthless side to him recently. And then Sabin O'Grady's just the brawler type. More collar and elbow tie-ups. Sabin O'Grady drop kicking Nate out to the floor. Nate could just stay out of the ring the whole time. That technically wouldn't count as a successful title defense because he got counted out. But actually, technically it would. It would count because he didn't lose the championship. But if I were Crazy Nate, I'd actually get back in the ring and prove that his title win wasn't a fluke victory because of Connor Daniels. Even though Connor Daniels did absolutely f***ing nothing during that ladder match against Ed Nothing, but... One! Crazy Nate kicks out at one because Mina forgot how to count, I guess. Crazy Nate now with a drop kick to the knee of Sabin O'Grady. Crazy Nate whipping Sabin, but Sabin able to counter, whipping him into the corner instead. Picking Crazy Nate back up. And a Falcon Arrow. Oh, wait! Who's it this time? I don't know who that is. I think that's Dak Daniels. Based off the Titantron. Backstabber by Crazy Nate. One. Sabin O'Grady went for the swinging neck breaker, but Crazy Nate counters. 19, 16. 1, 2. Sabin kicks out. Sabin O'Grady springboard clothesline just clips the top of Nate's head, and Nate able to fall over. Sabin O'Grady went for an elbow, but Nate able to counter it. And now they're going back and forth. Slap there by Sabin. Chop by Nate. Chop by Sabin. Chop by Nate. Slap by Sabin. Chop by Nate. Chop Sabin. A punch to the face by Nate. Oh, Nate punching him in the face and a chop. Oh no, now they're going tit for tat. Is what I like to call this. Cover on Sabin O'Grady after the kick to the back. 2. Sabin O'Grady able to kick out at 2. He's pleading with Crazy Nate. Whipping him into the corner. Sabin O'Grady with a drop kick to the side of the head of Nate. Oh, he's calling for the swinging neck breaker. Will it connect? Swinging neck breaker connects. Cover on Crazy Nate. 1, 2. Now he kicks out. Crazy Nate kicks out at 2. I didn't know whose music was playing because that wasn't anybody's music, but it looked like it was Dak Daniels' Titantron. So, I think that was Dak Daniels that was trying to distract Sabin O'Grady. Crazy Nate just keeps calling all of his friends. And a double mushroom. That's called a mushroom stomp. Crazy Nate might be looking for the coup de grace. No, he's calling Sabin to his feet instead. Went for the standing coup de grace, but Sabin counters. Backbreaker. Up to the middle rope. Diving elbow to the top of the head. Oh, Sabin's getting cocky now. Oh! The clothesline to the back of the neck. Swinging neck breaker. 1, 2, 3. He did it. Sabin O'Grady is the new Multiversal Infinite Champion, along with ending his streak. Alright, let's turn our attention to tag team action now. Whereas it's the debuting Reina's Reign, Reina Frost and Dorian Frost, taking on the Nigerian boys Ale Blake and Billy Bob Jr. Saban O'Grady ending his losing streak and walking out as the new Multiversal Infinite Champion on the same night is crazy.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 413 pounds, A.L. Black and Billy Bob Jr.
This is only Ale Blocke's second appearance in CAW. He's only appeared in tag team action with Billy Bob Jr. This is Billy Bob Jr.'s third appearance, as I believe he faced Urena Xander on episode 1 of Dominion in singles action. And it looks like it's Dorian Frost and Billy Bob Jr. starting it off. Mina Rodriguez is officiating this match. This will be another upset if the Nigerian boys are able to win, because Dorian Frost is undefeated here in CAW so far. I believe he's either 4-0 or 5-0, I forget. I think he's 4-0, because Reina, I believe, is 3-2. The match ends via countout. Dorian obliterated Billy Bob Jr. on the floor. That match was ass. I'm just saying that right now. Alright, this next contest is women's division action as Samantha Vada takes on Amara King.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Chicago, Illinois, Samantha.
And here comes Amara King. There's Samantha Vada. There's Amara King. Christian Gonzalez is out here officiating this match. Samantha whipping Amara into the ropes. Drop down. Leapfrog. Drop kick. I am still in shock from Sabin O'Grady's victory. Samantha Vada looking to continue her undefeated streak here in CAW. And Amara King in this match is looking to win her first match since she did lose her debut last week. To Natalie Danielle to Lila Spades. She lost to Lila Spades in her debut match last week. Pop-up slam there by Samantha. Up to the top rope. Frog splash cover on Amara King. 1, 2. Amara King able to kick out at 2. The Prism Trap is locked in. Amara King able to escape. Drop kick. Shoulder tackle there by Amara King. Amara with the Glam Slam and the Kiss of Death. Lila was able to kick out of this. Will Samantha Vada kick out of it? 1, 2. She kicks out at 2. pump handle power slam cover on Amara King. 1, 2, 3. Samantha Vada proving why she's undefeated with that statement victory as well over Amara King. The next contest is singles action between Ironclad Marcus Steele and Kendra Volt. Marcus Steele coming into this match after a victory last week in his triple threat showcase match against Coda the Monkey and I forget the other member of that match. And then Kendra Volt coming into this match after losing her debut Triple Threat Showcase to Natalie Danielle, which also featured Theta Michelle in that match. So you gotta think Kendra Volt... Excuse me. You gotta think Kendra Volt is wanting to prove that she wasn't supposed to lose that match. Oh, Ortiz Gryffindors. That's who else was in that triple threat match with Marcus Steele and Coda the Monkey. There's Marcus Steele. There's Kendra Volt. Christian Gonzalez ringing the bell for this match. Marcus Steele with a running STO to start the match off. Marcus Steele is pissed that he has to face Kendra Volt here tonight. He wanted to face Natalie Danielle because Natalie Danielle won the other triple threat match last week. But CAW management was like, nah, you're facing Kendra Volt. Marcus Steele went for a boot to the face, but Kendra rolls out of the way. Big kick to the side of the head of Marcus Steele. Marcus Steel slamming Kendra face first into the top turnbuckle. Cover on Marcus Steel. 1. Marcus Steel kicks out at 1. Diving crossbody there by Kendra and a leg drop. Spear. Marcus Steel picking Kendra back up. Whipping Kendra into the ring. Marcus with a slingshot shoulder tackle, accidentally taking out Christian Gonzalez. And the air raid crash. Deadlift. I don't know what the hell Marcus Steel's doing. Oh, the high cross! 1, 2, Kendra kicks out at 1. That's one of Marcus Steel's finishers. That Kendra kicked out at 1. She kicked out of at 1 of Marcus Steel's finishers. The crucifix powerbomb. And a leg drop cover on Kendra Volt. 1, 2, 3. Marcus Steel continues his winning momentum. Alright, it is main event time. World Champion Nathan Nichols versus Colossus Creed. And here comes the World Champion making his way down to the ring. At just 20 years old, he has already climbed to the top of CAW. And he's been looking pretty dominant. His only loss came in the inaugural it was in the inaugural tag team title match. Where he was actually, unfortunately, the first one eliminated in that match, too. Nathan Nichols' only loss. He was the first one eliminated in the inaugural tag team title match. This is Colossus Creed's opportunity to prove that he should have been the world champion after Carnage, not Nathan Nichols. Because Colossus Creed was pissed that it became a fatal four-way match. He was thinking it was just going to be a singles match between him and Mr. Giant. But no, CAW management decided to make it a fatal four-way due to the controversial ending to Mr. Giant versus Colossus Creed on the week before Carnage, which was episode 5. Christian Gonzalez back out here to officiate the main event. Will this be Nathan Nichols' first loss as a singles competitor? Or will it be another loss to Colossus Creed's momentum? Close on there by Creed. Drop down. Knee to the ribs of Colossus Creed. Big power slam onto Nathan. Drop kick there by Nathan. Cover on Colossus Creed. Whoa, you're going to have to do more than that, Nathan, to defeat Colossus Creed. Yeah, you're the world champion, but you're not that dominant where you can just pin him after a single move. Colossus Creed now has Nathan up on his shoulders. And a fireman's carry slam. Colossus Creed now up to the top rope. Tsunami, but he misses. Nathan was a little too far away. And Nathan played possum, kicking him in the face. Corkscrew crossbody. Standing moonsault. Sending Colossus Creed to the floor. Nathan now with a tope con halo, or the barrel roll senton is what that one's actually technically called. And a standing shooting star press. Up to the top rope goes Nathan, and a diving elbow. Picking Creed back up. Went to throw Creed back in the ring, but Creed counters, throws Nathan back in the ring. Sit out power bomb, the Creed bomb. 1, 2. Nathan able to kick out at 2. Nathan with the suicide solution connects. And a standing shooting star press. Up to the top rope goes Nathan, calling Creed up to his feet. Diving swanton. And a German suplex there by Creed. I would get back in the ring if I were Colossus Creed and Nathan Nichols. Christian's up to a count of 6. Creed picking Nathan back up, throwing him back in the ring. And Creed back in the ring as well. Picking Nathan back up. Oh, a brain buster! That was a giant brain buster. Cover on Nathan. 1, 2. And he kicks out at 2. Northern Lights Bomb connects. 1, 2. Colossus Creed kicks out at 2. Oh, Nathan's looking for another one of his finishers. Wait, he took Colossus Creed's move. 1, 2, 3, and beats him with it. Nathan stole Colossus Creed's pile driver and beat him with it. Well, that wraps up episode 7 of Dominion, everyone. I will see you all next week for the Halloween edition of Dominion, which is episode 8.